Let me tell you this. When your heart is fixed, it is steadfast, it is established, it is fastened. You see, it is fitted around God, and it is pure. Whenever your heart is fixed, David said, my heart is fixed. He says, these people have set a trap for me. But he says, God, my heart is fixed. You got my heart fixed, established, fastened. They mean me evil. They're working against me, God. They're trying to get me fired from my job. But listen, my heart is fixed. See, whenever your heart gets fixed, it means that no matter what other people do, as long as my heart is right. I'm not responsible for anybody else's heart, but as long as my heart is right, I'm not going to stoop to their level and try to fight fire with fire and return evil for evil. I can't control what they do, but I can keep my heart pure and to say, Lord, help me to walk in love. Help me to be able to forgive them, Jesus. They're digging a pit for me, Jesus, but my heart is fixed. I am fastened to you. I'm wrapped around you, God. I am established. You keep me from stooping to their level. And notice when he said, for they shall see God. There's a great reward. A great reward is that they shall see God. It is interesting to note that the word rhema, R-H-E-M-A, rhema, it also comes from the same word here, to see. They shall see God. It's the same thing, rhema. And so it doesn't matter whether visually or audibly. It says basically that the pure in heart are aware of God in every circumstance of life. That when my heart is pure, I am aware of God in every circumstance of my life. Because remember that your real eyes are located in your heart. And the purer your heart, the clearer your vision. The purer your heart, the clearer your vision. Remember, sight is a function of the eyes, but vision is a function of the heart. Sight is a function of the eyes. Vision is a function of the heart. And the purer your heart, the clearer your vision. Can you see the hand of God in your life, even amid sorrows and disappointment? It is there. You know why? Because He's there. And when your heart is pure, you can see God in everything that has ever happened in your life. That even when you were in sin, you can look back and you'll see it was the hand of God that kept me. It was the hand of God that delivered me. It was the hand of God that didn't let me do this and didn't let me go there. Yes, it was the hand of God that saved me, that even when I got hooked up with a fool, it was the hand of God that kept me to be able to let me get out of that situation with my life. I could have been in another place, but I'm here to tell you that when your heart is pure, you will look back over your life and you'll be able to see God in every situation. It was God that kept me from getting on a car that got in an accident. It was God. You'll be able to look back. He was the one that made you get full, because had you kept on eating, you would have gotten sick. He is the one that through everything that you went through, you didn't understand why He didn't let you hook up with this person and why He didn't let you get this job and this house and this. God knew what was getting ready to happen to the economy. God knew this thing and He knew that thing. God would be looking out for you. You don't even always understand what God is doing. But when your heart is right, you can look and see that God has been having His hand on you a long time. He blessed you to be able to go where you went, the path that you went. He brought you out of some deep, dark places. He walked you through your depression. He brought you out of your confusion. He delivered you from frustration. He brought you out of despair. I'm just here to tell you, you can look when your heart is pure. You'll see God in just little things. You'll see the hand of God when you didn't have a dime and you looked down and there was a dime. When you didn't have a pen or pencil and somebody blessed you with one, you found one on the way. Little things. You didn't have gas money and you were digging in the seat and you found something in an old pocket of something. I'm just here to tell you, you can see God moving and working in your life in some strange way. Whenever your heart is pure, you'll realize, Lord, I wasn't what I needed to be, but you were still God in my life. You were still walking with me, still holding me, still protecting me, still maturing me, still growing me up, still developing me, that I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't gone through what I went through. And while some people will get angry with God over what happened, when your heart is pure, you'll realize he didn't mean me any harm in this. God meant this for my development. He was not interested in my comfort. He was interested in my development. And when your heart is pure, God will show you himself. He will show himself strong on behalf of those whose hearts are turned toward him. I just declare to you in the name of Jesus that when your heart is right, when your heart is fixed, oh, you ought to look up toward God right now and say, God, fix my heart, fix my heart, fix my heart. Let me have the right perspective. I want to be able to see like you see, Jesus. Help me, God, help me, God, help me. Purify whatever is in me that's not right. Create in me, oh God, a clean heart. Renew within me a right spirit. Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. They'll see him in the past. They'll see him in the present. They'll see God in their future. They'll see God beside them. They'll see him as the rear guard. They'll see him before you. I declare to you that when your heart is right, you will see God doing things, even loving you when he tells you no, even loving you when he says not now. You'll see God. You'll see God. Keep your heart pure. And if you need help, you got to reach out toward God, because nobody else can give you a pure heart but him. He's the only one that can create it and renew within you a right spirit. And so it is our way of saying, God, I need you to purify me from all of the lust. Purify me. Purify me from the fornication. Purify me. Oh my God, if he could just get a church today that would just look up toward him and say, Lord, cleanse me, purge me, sanctify me through and through, God. Get out of me, make me regurgitate everything that has been making me sick, everything that I've ingested through my eye gates and my ear gates. We've been listening to so much garbage. We've been looking at so much trash. God says, I want to purge your heart. I want to cleanse you and make you right, where you can see me even in the little thing, in the little thing, in the little thing, in the little. Has God ever proven himself to you in something little? Has he sent something in a little thing that demonstrated to you, I see you, I know you, I love you, I still have my hands on you, I'm with you, I haven't forgotten about you even when you didn't do right. I mean, in the little things, that he will open up your eyes, the eyes in your heart, when your heart is pure, clear away all of the smut, and give you a vision to be able to see God, that where God is doing something awesome in your heart. He's looking just for people who are not full of themselves, but that will come and say, God, I got to be purged. I need to be emptied. You got to flush some stuff out of my system. You got to purge it. Let it come out. Send the water. Bring the brush. Well, you need a lamp, a light, and a broom. And the reason that he brings and calls for a light and a broom is because the light will expose it and the broom will sweep what has been exposed. Well, the broom is a cleaning tool. And what he exposes by the light, God will not expose what he is not willing to cleanse. Whatever God exposes in your life, he's willing to cleanse it. He's willing to cleanse it. He's willing to cleanse it. And I declare to you that some of you have not been able to see. I'm just telling you, you don't have a lack of money. You've got a lack of vision to be able to see how to get it. And if you ever get your heart right, if you go chasing after dollars, you're going to miss it. But if you ever get your heart right, if you ever purify your heart and say, God, I really want you. I want you, God. I want you. I want you, and I want whatever you've assigned my destiny to be in my life, God. I want you. I've got to have you. And in the purity of your own life, not coveting other folks, not going after the wicked and the ungodly to covet what they have, because God's got something different for you. And when we accept it in our heart that God, this is how you have made me, I just want to be pure. I'm impure and I need the purity of you to come back into me. I cannot tell you that when you prayed the prayer like David prayed and said, oh God, Bronner, create in me out of nothing. Clean heart. So my heart can be pure. And the blessing is that the pure in heart shall see God. You'll see God in a wino. You'll see God in a derelict on the street. You'll see God in a little preschool child. You'll see God. God will talk to you through some of the strangest things. You'll see God in a book, in a magazine, on a television show, on the radio, on the internet. You'll see Him. God will interrupt you through a song. You'll see Him. You'll see Him. You'll see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. It's a promise that if you ever have a struggle in your life seeing Him, cleanse your heart. Cleanse your heart by taking heed unto the word, by confessing out of your mouth, by getting in the fellowship of the saints. It's fellowship. Because when one person shares their story of how God forgave them, how He picked them up after divorce, it will begin to minister grace unto the hearers. And that's why we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony and by not loving our lives unto death. When you do so, there's something. I'm just telling you, I just heard God say that He didn't give you a story to keep it silent. Your story must be told. Because there's a people that's designed to share the testimony of the Lord in your life. Don't die with your story still in you. Nobody else can tell your story for you. Live your dream. Tell your story. Walk in your destiny. And even when you can't see anything else, if you keep your heart pure, if you can't see how the money is coming, as long as you can see God. That's the question. Can you see God? God, are you in this? As long as you can see God. As long as you can see God, as long as you can see God, as long as you can see God, you don't have to have all of the details of where you're going and how you're going to get there. As long as you can see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. It's a covenant benefit, belongs to you. And I'm just telling you, as you let Him purge you, my grace you're getting ready to see in a brand new dimension things that you haven't seen before. God will open up your eyes in a dream. And you'll see things that you've never seen before. But He wants to go to the source, your heart. Because everything that you're seeing in your life is a fruit that has come out of the root of your heart. That's why He wants to purify the root so that the fruit will be right.